Welcome back to our walk through Chongqing's mountain city footpath, Shancheng Budao. If you've watched episode 1, you'll remember we ended at the Wild Theater. Today, we begin again right here at the ruins of the Ren'ai church bell tower, Ren'ai Tong钟楼遗址. The stonework here is crumbling, the bricks softened by decades of rain and fog. Vines crawl across the walls, slipping in and out of broken windows. The roof is long gone, but if you tilt your head up, you can still imagine how the bell tower once looked when it stood proudly above the hillside. Local residents tell stories that the bell could once be heard all the way down by the riverside, calling people to gather, to worship, to pause. Now it's silent, and yet it has its own kind of beauty. Quiet ruins like this remind us that the city isn't just about constant growth and change. Sometimes it's about memory, about traces left behind. As we move further down, the atmosphere changes. Suddenly, the steps are flanked by tea houses and small boutiques. Some of the tea houses are very traditional. Wooden beams, calligraphy signs, bamboo chairs arranged outside, where people sip slowly from porcelain cups. Other shops have a modern, almost minimalist style, clean glass fronts, polished interiors, with young people inside taking photos. I peek into one tea house. A few men are playing cards, their teacups resting on the table as they argue playfully about who's winning. These shops are not only businesses, they're little living rooms of the city, where strangers and friends both come to spend time, to pause in between the climbs and descents of Chongqing's hills. Now we turn into this side alley, and the mood softens. The walls are lined with ivy, and strings of small warm lights crisscross above, swaying gently in the breeze. This is where we meet one of the highlights of today's walk, an elderly lady preparing desserts in her tiny shop. Her specialty is langfei, a cold jelly dessert that's refreshing and slightly tangy, perfect for Chongqing's hot summers. Today, she's preparing the topping, peanut crunch. The sound of her hammer echoes down the alley as she cracks roasted peanuts. She mixes them with syrup until the golden mixture hardens, then breaks it again into bite-sized chunks. The smell is irresistible, nutty, caramelized, warm. She smiles as she works, telling me she has made this recipe for decades. Leaving her shop, we continue down the narrow alley, and suddenly we're surrounded by something playful and whimsical. There's a Hello Kitty themed store, pink signs, cartoon faces, merchandise stacked neatly. But the real surprise is above us. Hanging between two old brick buildings is a giant red inflatable heart, floating gently in the air. And just above it, a small arched bridge is decorated with a yellow flower ring, also in the shape of a heart. A little further along, through a narrow gate, we step into a hidden room that feels like stepping into another world. The ceiling is covered with colorful round lanterns, red, green, blue, yellow, arranged in clusters that make the whole room glow warmly. Each lantern casts soft light on the walls, which are completely covered with black and white Buddhist paintings. Through a narrow back door, we exit into a large square paved with orange bricks. The walls around it glow warmly in the late afternoon light. On the far side, big white characters declare, "这很重庆." This is Chongqing. On the left side, there are beautiful green plants arranged in pots, softening the square with a touch of nature. And honestly, they're right. This mix of tradition and modern creativity, of history and playfulness, is exactly what Chongqing is about. It feels like a secret passage, a hidden artery connecting one part of the city to another. And then, suddenly, the space opens up again as we return to the main path. The timing is perfect. The sun is setting, casting golden light over everything. The traditional style shops are glowing, their curved eaves outlined by the sunlight. Red lanterns sway gently in the evening breeze, while colorful decorations shimmer in the fading light. This is the perfect ending for today's episode. Shancheng Budao isn't just stairs and history. It's alive with people, flavors, and atmosphere. Watching the sunset here, surrounded by colors and life, you really understand the spirit of Chongqing. So that's the end of episode 2 of our journey. From the ruins of the Ren'ai church bell tower, through tea houses, hidden alleys, whimsical hearts, colorful lanterns, and the iconic "This is Chongqing Square," we've now returned to the main path, glowing under the sunset. In episode 3, we'll continue further down toward the riverside, where Shancheng Budao opens up even more surprises. So stay with me. The mountain city still has more stories to tell.